Hi, my name is Eugene. For today's vlog, we're at the corner of Niagara and Tecumseth here in Toronto. And we're looking at a building I used to know as the Casket factory or the coffin factory. And I know this because I used to live in it. It was an artist building for many years. I moved in here in the 90s. Of course, I was contravening a zoning bylaw because everybody knows nobody lives in those buildings, but we did. And I thought I'd come back. I haven't been down here in a really long time. I heard they were constructing the building here. They were putting up condos, hard to believe. They're putting up condos everywhere here in Toronto right now. So we're here at the 109 Niagara. This building had 89, 101, and 109. And I see now they've got a big sign here. They're calling it the Essery. That sounds really kind of condo-y, right? The Essery, whereas we just called it the Casket factory because they used to build caskets in this building. And later on, artists moved in here, and I was over in 101, just down the way on the second floor, and I was in a part of the building that had really good floors because it was the showroom of the Casket factory. It was pretty interesting place to live, pretty wild and crazy in lots of ways. And across the street here, this building here was the Speedy restaurant, and I'm going to come down here. In behind was Quality Meats. It was basically a slaughterhouse down in here. And it looks like they've torn all of that down now. Yeah, it's all gone, and the condos are just moving their way up the street. Speedy restaurant, you'd see the guys from the slaughterhouse come over for lunch. They'd have their helmets and their blood-stained outfits and earphones to protect themselves against the noise of the job. So let's have a walk down here, have a look at the whole building, and then we're going to head up towards Queen Street. It looks like they've sandblasted the building. It's a lot cleaner than when I used to live here. No trespassing. We're not going to go in, but we are just going to look on the outside. I knew the people who lived here on the ground floor, and that's all boarded up now. It's interesting to me that a lot of people are doing graffiti writing in exactly the same style as they did 30 years ago. I would think if I was doing that, I would want to do it completely different and not have it look like people did it 30 years ago. But I think people get tied into that tradition, I suppose. You could go through here, I think, to the parking area in behind. It was U-shaped. And I believe that my door must have been this one here. This says 97, but I think it's the old 101 door. I think. And everything's under construction. When we get further away, you'll see the towers they've built in behind it. And I think the idea is they were going to keep some of this exterior places around the new condos that look like the old Casket factory building. So this is a piece of my history and Toronto history. When I was here, well, none of these places were here. I think these were old houses that have been since torn down. There's been so much construction work done around this area. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful van. Is this the Grateful Dead sticker there? Very, very nice indeed. I'm trying a different camera today. See if we can open up the shot a little bit. Not sure what the sound's going to be like, so I'm apologizing in advance if it's a little rough. We'll see. If I need to, I'll get myself another mic for this camera, if it works really well. Up ahead, you see more condos. This area has been under intense redevelopment for quite some time. This building, it looks like it's got a sign on it, sold. I remember when they did the reno on this building and put this corrugated metal on the outside. And at the time it looked very, very nice and fresh. It's looking a little bit dingy right now to me. But hey, maybe that's just my personal opinion. I used to get my print jobs done at Fabulous Printing over here. At that time, I think there was a donut shop on the corner instead of a condo. Now it's condos everywhere. Years ago, when I lived down here, over at Fresh Slice, it used to be La Pizza across the street. And for many years, there was a restaurant tried to make a go of it here at the corner, and there's no restaurant here at the corner now. They were uniformly unsuccessful over and over again. Here's just a little side trip, a bit of Toronto history for you. Back in the mid-80s, there was an art dealer in Toronto named Edessa Hendales who had an art gallery. And she eventually closed her art gallery and opened the Edessa Hendales Foundation. And it was in this building here that's now the Brad J. Lamb Realty. And you can see at the top, they have a lamb at the top of the building now. It's maybe not quite the same ethos as Edessa had, but she was a very well-known mover and shaker in the art business in the city of Toronto for many years. Back from our diversion, we're heading up the street, but you know, I'm thinking that somewhere right around here was a little building called Lotus, and it was the first restaurant by Suser Lee, who's gone on to become an internationally known celebrity chef. I never ate in Lotus because back when it was running, well, I was a young artist and working part-time trying to scrape by. I didn't have money for that kind of stuff. I don't remember just which building it was. It might have been this one here on the corner. I'm not sure. Or this one across the street. It could have been this one across the street. I'm kind of thinking, yes, maybe it was this one. If you remember where Lotus was, if this was the place, leave it in the comments. Let me know. So many things have changed around here. Some of my memories of parts of the neighborhood are a little bit fugitive.